Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and we're back with another little miniatures video. Now, some time ago, not that long ago, one of my viewers asked for a detailed view of the collector miniature for Darkest Dungeon, the unofficial collector miniature. So here it is. I'm going to talk over it, and I've included a couple of the heroes for size comparison. I haven't actually based them yet, but I'll get round to that. So speaking of bases, first off we have a lovely base. There's a skull on it. There's a detailed piece, detailed floor, cracks in the floor. On the underside, yeah, nothing too special, but then you don't look at the bottom of the base too much, do you? Now, here we have the body of the collector. Lots and lots of skulls and heads inside his coat and making up his body. We've got a hand there at the top, and here we've got a wrist where a hand will join, and there's obviously space for a head to go. Now the back of his coat isn't too fancy, but it's got some nice detailing. There's creases, there's torn ragged edges. We got this layered collar around here, and now we get to the complicated stuff. So we have a hand. This will obviously go near this wrist here. Then it gets really complicated. We have the cage that goes around the skull. We have this half. Now, if we just look at this, the joints, I haven't trimmed it yet or anything, alright? The joints are, like V-shaped notches and triangular joints that go into them. So, it will fit together quite well. And we have two skulls. We have a fairly plain skull that can go inside the cage. It's got a slight hole in the bottom that I presume is supposed to connect to the neck there. A little bit on top that will need to be trimmed. Then we have the other half of the cage, and hopefully you can see here the shape of the ends, and yes, it needs trimming. Then it gets a bit more complicated, okay? Because we have an alternate flaming skull with, flames coming off it, and part of the cage is built into the back of this skull. Then we have this third cage part, which will need to go round the back because it's the bottom half. Basically this piece here, I'll just turn that over. This piece here, this skull has the top part of that built into the back of it there, and then this bottom piece goes around the bottom, but it needs to go underneath this part here and yet around the rest of the skull, and then it will connect to both these parts here. And there we go. That's a nice little overview, hopefully not too out of focus. We got our flagellant here, we got our musketeer. I will stick some of the other miniatures together and paint them sometime soon, but for now I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Sorry it took so long, and see you all in the next one. Bye for now.